Morning. Cheyenne, Jimmy Bucket Outdoors. How you doing this morning? I want to talk about sinker molds. So you can go, I think it's Do It Sinker Molds, and you can find sinker molds for triangle weights, small weights, big weights, but all of them have small holes, and it's great for fishing, for for your fishing line. But I make cast nets, and Mike Asina with Menorcan Magic, he uses a sinker mold because he makes his own sinkers, and that was the final piece of the way I make cast nets, is I wanted to make my own sinkers. Well, I looked everywhere for a cast net sinker mold, and I even emailed Mr. Asina, and he said good luck. So that's it's hard. You can't find them. They don't make them anymore, or I just can't find them, or I'm just maybe looking in the wrong place. So I mean, if you know where I can find one like this, but for cast nets, please hit me up and let me know where I can find one. That'd be great. But I've looked high and low. So I said, okay, so can't find the sinker mold that'll fit a cast net line. So I decided to make one. I made this one out of wood. As soon as I find some 1-inch aluminum, I'll make some out of aluminum. But this is what it looks like. I got this idea from another YouTuber, fishing and stuff. So if you I'll put his link at the bottom of the description so you can see some of the cool stuff he makes. I get a lot of ideas from him and a lot of YouTubers, but fishing and stuff, I'll put the link at the bottom so you can see. So this is a lot different. This mold is a lot different than this mold. This mold is a store-bought mold. It has the rod in the top. You pour the lead in the holes, and you put the rod in. You pour the lead, move it around a little bit, pull it out, and the lead falls out. All right? So what I decided to do is a little different. Sort of same design. You pour the lead in, but I put the rod in the side. So when you pour the lead in the mold, it doesn't pour out. It dries, you twist, you pull out, and what you got is two half pieces that just turned into one. And when you open it, the lead weight falls out. So what I'm going to do today is show you how to make one. So this is a cast net that I made, and I dipped it. I usually don't dip my nets, but I wanted to experiment, and I dipped my nets. Well, I made these weights. I don't know if you can see it. I'll pull it up real close. So I made that net, these weights, with this mold. Works pretty good. So 1/4-inch leader line, a 1/4-inch braille line that goes through it. The hole fits snug. It doesn't move anywhere. So, and this is like I don't know, I don't measure them, I just make it to where I like it. But this is probably about a 3.5 foot, 4 foot net, about 1.5 pounds per foot. So You know, I make these for myself and my family. Really don't have time to make them, you know, in mass production. Sorry about that. So to get started, what you need is, you know, you don't need a drill press. It's pretty nice, but you don't really need one. But to get started, you want to take a couple pieces of wood. Aluminum, trust me, would be better because this does stick a little bit. It sticks in the mold. You take a couple of pieces of aluminum or wood, and the wood you got to use is hardwood. This is softwood for demonstration. But this is red oak. And it's a pretty hard wood. You don't want to use a softwood. It'll burn it up. But you do want to use a hardwood. And I got this one, I think at Lowe's for, I don't know, about $8 for the hinges and the wood. I didn't pay very much for it. And the rod I used is a broke screwdriver, so I broke a screwdriver, and that was about the length, that was about the thickness of the line that was going through it, so I just used that. Just gotta be creative sometimes when you can't find stuff. So to start out, you wanna make sure that it is level. You get my clamp. I use a bar clamp, I use hand clamps, that kind of stuff. You can use whatever you want. You just have to use your imagination, right? So you want to clamp it together so it is nice and level. You know, you want to make it as level as possible. And then you want to start with your hole that you're going to go all the way through. And that's this hole. Reason you want to start with that hole first is because it's going to give you a reference point to where you need to drill the bigger hole. And we'll do that right now. Before I do this, make sure you're always wearing eye protection. These are safety glasses, but you want to make sure you're wearing glasses, gloves if you need to. If it's sparking or anything like that, make sure you're wearing the proper protective equipment. When you're dealing with lead, when you're pouring lead can splash. So you want to make sure that, you know, you have long gloves that are thick enough that's not going to burn through. You want safety glasses, maybe a safety shield, and maybe if you want, you can use some kind of protective across your chest and stuff like that. You want to start, you just want to drill the hole, like I mentioned before, through here. And we'll do that right now. And that gives you a reference point. Right? That's going to be the hole that goes through. Right? And you want it to be tight, not too tight so you can't go through, but you want it to be snug so when you do pour the lead, it doesn't pour out. That's very important. Then next thing you want to decide is how big around you want the lead and how long you want the lead. When you figure that out, then you're going to drill that hole here and here, but only half the size in each. So if you need a 1-inch lead, you're going to drill a 1/2-inch hole and a 1/2-inch hole, because when you pull it apart, it's going to make one lead. Just put it back in there and line it up. sure you got your reference points. That's good to go. Alright. Then you change out. So whatever bit. I use a 1/2 inch bit because I like it 1/2 inches around. And for this purpose I'm gonna go about 1/4 inch deep. Now, like I mentioned before, aluminum is going to be your best bet. Aluminum don't stick. That's why they make them aluminum. Now when I do this, when I'm making a mold, I'll use tape to mark off my reference. Doesn't matter what kind of tape you use, don't care. Just got a piece of duct tape right here. All I need is a reference point. Make it, my hole's going to be about a 1/4. Like that. So when I drill the hole, I'm only going to go that deep. That was loud. Alright, so there you go. Little 1/2 inch hole. So you just do the other side, and when it marries up, you'll have these, right? And then you're going to need a way to pour it. Now, I'm not going to finish drilling this out, but you'll take your same bit, or a little smaller, whatever you want to use, and you'll drill down to here. And then you'll close it back like so, and I always put the thing back in there. And then I'll take this bit again and just make me a pour spout so it won't splash everywhere. And there you go, homemade melt. So, you know, it don't take long. You know, I got 8 weights I can make at one time. I will tell you a tip: before you do this, you want to make sure you take a torch or hold it over the flame or anything like that, because you want to get this hot, but you don't want to burn it. But you want to get it hot and sort of scorch it and get that char, because if you don't, then it's going to stick. Another tip: when you're pouring your lead, it's important pouring it on aluminum or wood, don't matter. You want to get your bar soap. You want to get your rod, whichever rod you use, you want to get this hot, and you want to put a coat of soap on it. Then it slides through, and then once you pour the lead in, it'll slide out easier. It's a couple tips. So, you know, I like making lead. I like making my own things. Made that out of scrap wood. Thought that was pretty fun. You know, I like making my own things. It's fun. It's satisfying. So if you have any questions on how to make this mold, just hit me up in the link. I don't mind answering questions. If you have tips that I can use that can make me better, or if you know any other things that you might suggest that can make the mold a lot better, or any other suggestions you have. Be nice, be kind. I don't mind criticism. Just don't like rudeness. So, like I said, you don't need a drill press. I mean, if you want to buy one, I mean, you can get it from Harbor Freight. It's fairly cheap. I think I paid like, I don't know, 40 bucks for this thing, maybe $39. And I use it a lot, so you know, getting the right tools is pretty important. But you don't need one. You can use a drill. Just make sure you get it level, and that's it. So again, if you have any questions, please hit me up. If you have any suggestions, please leave a comment at the bottom. Don't forget to like and ring the bell and subscribe. So I am a new YouTuber, so I am a little bit new, a little rusty on the camera. You know, I'm talking to a little hole in the wall, so you know it's a little uncomfortable, but it is. You know, I am a new YouTuber, so I'm sure my videos will get better. I have some more other videos in the link if you'd like to know. I did a link on how to make a castnet. It's a really short one, so if you do have some questions, just let me know. But I put a video out on how to make a castnet, and you know, I was thinking, I'm like, well, since you can't find a mold anywhere, I guess I should tell everybody how to make one. So if you find molds, please let me know. But I'm going to eventually put a handle here, so it'll look sort of like this, to give more leverage to open. You have to be patient with a wooden mold, because it is, you don't want it to dry all the way, or if it gets dry, then it will stick in here. So there may be you might can put some lubricant in here, so it won't stick in the wooden mold very good. But I've got this one bored out already, and it slides out pretty easy. These don't last forever. You'll have to make some more. That's just the way it is. I mean, wood don't last forever with melted lead, of course. So if you have any questions, if you like this kind of video, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you very much.